What's up? So, I'm sitting in the car and I'm at Twister's Frozen Custard. I used to work here for like a few weeks in the summertime. Honestly, I don't even fully remember how long I worked here, but I do know that I was working the cashier in the summertime in high school as like a little summer job. The ice cream here is really bomb. I came to get some frozen custard for my family and myself because we've been working hard. We've been working so hard. I am back home in Kansas because I am doing a show at the Blue Room, and it's my first time performing here. And the whole way that this even came to be is insane. And I can say that for literally every event in my life. Every event in my life. It's absolutely shocking how it occurred. And I'm making this because I started feeling a little emotional as I was driving around, because I feel that everything in my life is changing. I'm in like the biggest shift that I've ever been in my entire life. Mind you, I always feel like that. But right now, it's like heavier than it as ever has been, in the best way. But it's also, changes can be overwhelming. In a matter of, let's see, when was it? June? July. Now it's about to be August. In the course of the last like 2.5 months, I ended my lease at my dream apartment, and it was so hard. It was so hard. It felt like at the time one of the hardest things I've ever done. And I was holding on so tight. And then one day I was like, let go. And I let go. I let the lease end. I didn't resign it. I moved all my shit out. And I've barely thought about it since. I sold most everything I own. Things that I was so sad to part with. Things that I was so attached to. And I just let them go, and I haven't thought of them since. And I moved all of my things into a storage unit. And I moved in with my girlfriend in Harlem. I hated Harlem. I hated it. And I love my girlfriend so much. And, some New York City apartments, they can't help it. But the building she lives in, crazy. Roaches. Not to say they live in squalor, because they don't. I'm not trying to be, I'm just dramatic. But all of these things created such a deep discomfort within me, because it's just like all these things were changing. And then my turtle died, and I was so sad about that, because that turtle was everything. Prince, R.I.P. But it's like everything was changing so quickly. And for the past 2 or 3 years, I've been hearing this call to go back home to Kansas. Go back. And I've been ignoring it, and I've been running from it, because ego and society and people tell you that if you go back, that's taking steps backwards, or there's some kind of shame in starting again or going back to the basics. And I'm with my parents, and I'm in my childhood home, and I'm having like the most growth and most momentum, and the most miraculous things are happening. And I have been so attached to New York and so obsessed with making it in New York. And I didn't realize that for me, for my journey, this is where it began. And the energy that's here and the people that are here, it's like a magic portal, I'm telling you. It's like there's so much to say that I can't even fully express it, you know? But my little brother is here. One of my closest friends from high school is here. And she's now my manager. And my brother is my videographer and like photographer, and he's incredible, and just everything has been so aligned, and we're like, it's like the Avengers. And my parents, they're brilliant, and they're making connections that I would have never been able to do on my own. It's like the things that are happening are shifting and changing my life. And I'm gonna be 30 this year, and everything around me has told me that the older I get, the less valuable I am, or the more I have to be realistic or put aside my dreams. But it's like my life is showing me the opposite of that in real time. And so it's blowing my fucking mind. I got an offer. I'm trying to figure out where I'll get the most light. But I got an offer this week. 2 offers for 2 separate Broadway productions. 2 shows that I've worked on before. And my manager, who's in New York, who handles all my theater work, as I'm at this local TV station, right, promoting this show that I have in Kansas, I'm sitting there and I'm about to go on air, and I look at my phone and I see an email, and it says Broadway offer for this show and then for this show. And I've never felt so conflicted, because I'm here in Kansas, and for the first time I have a team, which is all I've been praying for. And it's not just a team, it's my family. And I see my dreams coming true in real life, and then this thing comes, and I'm like, why does this Broadway offer that is probably the biggest thing to date that could happen in my career, why does it feel like a deterrent to like this dream that I see unfolding before my eyes? And so I made the decision in that moment that I was going to turn it down. And so I did, because I believe that the next 3 months of my life are going to literally change my world and the world of everyone around me. And I know that that's a big thing to say. Those are big words to speak. But I know it's the truth. And I was in London last year for my birthday. And I had an encounter with this guy who, like, I swore that he was like God or Jesus or something, because the way he spoke to me, the things he said to me, they like hit me in my chest. And he called me something that I got tattooed on me. You can't see that. Why did I even try to show you? I got it tattooed on me so I would never forget, but I never look at it. And I always forget until moments like this, when I'm like, it's like this prophecy has been spoken over my life, and I'm just in the passenger seat. I'm at the mercy of it. And it's like glorious and bigger than me and beautiful and kind and just incredible. But it's like, I'm just here. And I'm just like, okay, here we go. But it has nothing to do with actually me, if that makes sense. But this man, right, we were smoking a joint outside of this bar in Brixton, and he called me a maverick. And he said, you will have everything that you want, but you're so indecisive and you can't decide, and your indecision will be your downfall. He said, you need to choose something. You need to go after it with all of you and don't look back. Thinking about it right now, like, I feel my eyes getting hot with tears, but I want to be so, like, clear in this video so that I can look back 3 months from now and be like, yeah, bitch, you were never crazy. I mean, you are crazy, but, like, you were never crazy. That you always had these massive dreams for yourself. Like, the issue was, like, my ability to allow and just step into that. And what this 5 days home has been that. Me recognizing the calling on my life and finally being like, okay, let's do this shit. We're not running from it. There's no plan B. We're going after this shit with our full chest, and this is what it is. It's the most exciting thing in the world, because it's like what I am cultivating in Kansas, I have been desperately trying to find in New York. But God knew, the universe knew that for me and my journey, I had to go home to find it. I had to be here to step into it, because it's big. It's bigger than me. It's massive. It's huge. And it requires family and the people that know me. And it requires me to be grounded and centered and focused. And that's what Kansas is for me. And I always feel the need to qualify, because I have this trauma, right, that tells me that when I big myself up, or when I accept praise or go after things, that it makes me a show off, or it makes me, arrogant. So I feel the need to qualify that, like, everyone is special. Everyone can feel like this. Everyone has something like this in their life that they're called to do, that is this massive thing. But I want to not do that in this moment. But I'm going to recognize that that's where my mind is going. Because I also know that, like, when I see people liberated and in their power, it reminds me that I can do that without me having to downplay myself. God is so good. And I'm so grateful. I am so grateful. I had an interview this morning with NPR Kansas City. Talked to this dude who apparently is a massive deal. Steve Karowski? Steve? I don't remember. But we had a really good conversation, and I was so calm, and I was so matter of fact, and I was so sure. And I've not felt that when talking about myself, talking about my music. But the practice of doing that here if nothing else comes from someone watching this video, I need them to know that your journey is your journey, and you will doubt the journey. People that say, don't doubt the journey, like, just go with the flow. You will doubt the journey, and that's part of the journey. But your life is being orchestrated and laid out, and the path is being paved for you in a way that you cannot even imagine. Your mind cannot even comprehend the goodness and the clarity and the joy and the peace and the absolute delight and fucking, and nothing can be different from your story than what it is to bring you to the next and the next and the next and the next. So every moment that I was confused, and that I wanted to give up, and that I felt crazy, not one of those things could be different. They were all part of it. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that whatever it is that's looking after me has never taken its hand out of my life, even when I couldn't see it. I am so grateful. And whether whoever's watching this sees it when I post it, which the only reason I'm really recording this is because I be posting on YouTube and only 6 people view it. So that's the only reason that I even have the courage to post this shit. But whether you see it now, whether you see it 3 months from now, or whether you see it years from now, you'll know the exact state of mind I was in before my entire world shot through the sky. And am I ready? As ready as I can be. And increasingly ready. But I'm grateful. And I'm grounded. And all I ask of my journey, I'm asking for protection, positioning, and preparation. Prepare me, then position me, then protect me. Prepare me, position me, protect me. And whatever that means, in the context of my life, the people in it, all of it, wash everything away that is not for me. Wash everyone away that is not for me. Reveal the things that need to be revealed. Hide the things that need to be hidden. God is so good. God is real. And I don't mean in the commercial sense, but I mean in the energy and in the spirit. So I'm gonna go get these Twisters with the last pennies in my bank account. Yeah. Let me show you what it means to believe in something bigger than yourself. Than yourself, I believe in you. Let me show you what it means to believe in something bigger than yourself. Than yourself, I believe in you. Twisters it is.